Hello, welcome back to another video. And before we get started, make sure now you go down a little bit lower, and where it says on the subscribe, there's a little bell. Make sure you click that bell. Okay, I'll wait for you. Okay, welcome back. Thanks for doing that. Okay, so now, a band that's near and dear to my heart here, Savoy Brown. And I've had these records for a very long time. These are all Canadian first editions that I've got, all these Savoy Brown records. I got them all when I lived in Canada. And in Canada, they're on the Parrot label. How good that shows up there, but try to get it in there. Parrot label. And these records are all near mint. Every part of it, the record surfaces and the records themselves. Very lucky to get a hold of these records. The same guy had them all, and I bought them all from the same fella. And all these records now, they're really good. You know, I've had a lot of, like I've said before, I've had a lot of purges, and I've gone through these records. And now I don't listen to these Savoy Brown records as much as I should, but they're all very good. I mean, and all the songs on the records are great too. Here's Raw Sienna. It's a gatefold again. On the Parrot label. Same thing. Great record. Really good record. Blue Matter. I don't know who does these covers, but they've done a good job of them. These album covers. Blue Matter. Savoy Brown. See if it's got it on the 69. This record came out in 1969. See, Parrot is a subsidiary of the London Records in Canada. 1969. Look how nice that record still is. Original pressing. And the record itself is, yeah, it's hardly ever been played. I don't know how that shows up on the camera, but trying to make it sparkly, because it sure is. Now, a lot of these records, I'm going to try to go a little bit faster because a lot of people know about a lot of these ones. But here's another. This is really good now. Hellbound Train. That Hellbound Train song. That's probably my most favorite Savoy Brown song. Hellbound Train. If you get a chance, go on YouTube and listen to Savoy Brown, Hellbound Train. Just get an idea what these guys are about. Again, really good album covers. Unlike a cover we saw on the last video. Yeah, this is what good record covers are all about. And another Savoy Brown, Street Corner Talkin'. Now this is on a nice Pebble cover. Again, it's a nice gatefold cover. Parrot Records. This one's 71. Like from 69, 72, somewhere in there. Okay, now these are the Van Morrison reissues. These are the Rhino reissues. Got a few things in here. And they're so nice, and they're so thick. And they're so beautiful. These are better. You know, I used to have all original Warner Brother presses on this same label of these records. And they were not this thick. Not nearly this thick. They were not this nice at all. Just a really beautiful, gorgeous record. Here's the original inner sleeve. Reprise. Oh, that's the one. This is the, we got an insert here. 1970. Copyright Van Morrison. And then there's your RTI sticker. As we've talked about before, if you're going to get these Rhino reissues now, because it says right on those stickers, right on the sticker, the Rhino sticker, it'll say cut from the original master tape. That means they're cutting the lacquer from the tape, not sourced from the original master analog tape. No, because you know what sourced means? It means they digitized it and then they made a digital record. When they say cut from the tape, yeah, that's the key word. Cut from the tape. Not sourced from the analog tapes. No. They're trying to be tricky. But they can't lie and put it in writing. That's why a lot of these records, they don't have any stickers on here. They don't have anything. Because they don't want to have to, they can't lie about it. And they don't want to tell the truth, right? So what are they going to do? And again, another beautiful Rhino reissue. Same Warner Brother label, nice thick 180 gram records. And the best part about it, it's not the covers, it's this way, it's this music on here. It's the, of course, you know, Van Morrison, this is a great record right here. But the fidelity that Kevin Gray got when he cut it from the original master tape, as we've said again, when you get the better and better and better equipment you get, and you go back and you can get the original tape and do it, remaster it again using high-end equipment, you just get a better sounding record. And that's what these are. And then, now this one is one that I bought off eBay. And I think it's a, I should have looked at this before. Yeah, EU. Made in Germany. This is a German press that came out, I think it's 2012, something like that. And Tupelo Honey. It's a 180 gram record pressed in the EU. I'm not sure what pressing plant it came out of. But again, I had the green original Warner Brother label of this. And this one sounded better. It was remastered back then when they were still using the tapes, and they made a great sounding record here. Okay, back on black in the UK, they reissued a lot of records, and one of the ones that I got was the Nazareth, and they put it on white vinyl. It sounds good. It doesn't sound spectacular. But, you know, I've had a couple Japanese copies of this record, and I used to have the original, and it's on an A&M label, this record, original brown. When this record came out, I mean, the week it came out, it was in the record store, I bought it. And I owned that one for years and years. Great, great record. And, yeah, the couple songs that are really good, Razmanaz is on here. And Vigilante Man. If you don't know the song, the records on here, there's two different, you know, one's real high speed, one's like a low speed. The Vigilante Man's a little lower speed. Great, great tunes. Okay. Everybody should know this record, this Montrose record right here. Now, if you are not familiar with this record, and you like hard rock, just stop the camera here and go listen to this record. Because you need to own this. Yeah, this is the Japanese first edition. It doesn't have the OB strip. But here's the Japanese insert. Yeah, I love this record, and you know, if there's a record that I love, I'm going to search out a Japanese copy of it. It's still on first edition on that Palm Tree label from '73. Good Rocking Tonight. Rock Candy. And then we've got Rock the Nation, Bad Motor Scooter, Space Station. Yeah. These are classics on here. Classic stuff. And Sammy Hagar on vocals. If you like Sammy Hagar and you like Ronnie Montrose on the guitar, this is a great combination right here. Great record right there. Now we have Mott the Hoople. This is, I think, their first one, and this is on Music on Vinyl. I used to have a UK first press that I bought originally, but I played it so much that I had to get, during the purge, I had to go out and get me a new and better one. So this is the one I bought. I bought the Music on Vinyl. Mott the Hoople. Another really good song. I went out and of course it hadn't been reissued, so I was able to find a Japanese first edition of this record, and it's on that CBS Sony label, and it's got the nice CBS Sony original inner sleeve that comes with the record, and of course it's got a nice insert in there too. Complete package, and the sound on it is phenomenal. I used to have an original. So this goes back to the Ron, what's better, the UK original press or the Japanese original press? Well, I bought this record when it came out brand new. I bought the UK press from Opus in Winnipeg. I bought the original UK press when it came out on the orange CBS label, and I had it for all those years. And then I bought this. This is a lot better. This fidelity on this record is a lot better than on the original UK press. Now we got Mott the Hoople, and originally I had just bought a domestic copy of this, and then I was able to get a nice Japanese first edition on the Yellow Epic. Great record. Well, you know what happened? It was reissued. Reissued by this, this record here was pressed at Quality Record Pressings on that 200 gram record. And I had noticed it was for sale, so I said, you know what? I'm going to have to get that. See what that's all about. Maybe I'll do a comparison. I've got the Japanese first press of this record. I'm going to see how good it is, because it's made at Analog Productions. And I didn't really look that close at it at the time. I just got the record and I listened to it. And then I started reading on the back, comparing. Now they only made 1,000 of these records on black vinyl, and I think they made 1,000 on red vinyl. And this is 357 of 1,000. So I'm reading on the back of this, this is 1972. And then it says 2014 is when this record came out. And Columbia Records, division of Sony Music, 72 Columbia Records, Sony Music, manufactured for Drastic Plastic? What? So I had to go figure out, what's Drastic Plastic? So I did a search, and they're a record store. I don't remember what city. I think they're somewhere out west, a record store. And they loved this record, and they wanted to get a really good sounding copy of it, because originally this record was a little bit bright. I do remember that, even on that Japanese copy. So they had it redone, and what they did was they got, I'm not sure if it was the original master tape now, but they sent the tape they got, whatever the source material was, they sent it to Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio. Yeah. He remastered the record. They sent it to Quality Records to get pressed, and they made, it sounds better than this one. They cleaned it up a lot. They cleaned up a lot of that brightness. I got rid of that brightness out of the record, and it sounds fantastic. So if a little record store, I'm not, compared to these big record companies now, if they can make a record like this Why can't, you know, the big record companies make good records like this? Because they don't want to. They don't think we care about it that much. Procol Harum Live. Fantastic record. I had another, this is again another tale. I had a UK first press of this. I had a few other presses of this because this is a really good record. I really love this record. And I got the music on vinyl. The music on vinyl was the best sounding version of all the ones I had. So now I have this. And if you're not familiar with this, this has got Conquistador on it. I can't even see what the record, yeah, Salty Dog, Conquistador, Willing Stories. Some really, really good music on this record. Okay, Heart. Excuse me. Now this one, I think I ended up, well, I got a Nautilus, a super disc. You know, it's supposed to be half-speed mastered. And this is my original Canadian pressing. Very thick gatefold. And what I like about the Canadian pressing, besides the fact that it's the best sounding version out there, you know, comes with a really thick, you know, inner sleeve. First edition does. And it's on the Mushroom record label. Yeah. I think that is one of my favorite labels of all time right there. That is just a cool label. Mushroom Records of Canada. And this record sounds phenomenal. Better than the Nautilus Super Disc. And I don't remember if I had a Japanese copy or not of this. But if it's better than that, because those actually some of those Nautilus records sound pretty good. They're going to sound better than your normally a domestic press, but not the Canadian press of the original press of this. If you love this record, that's the one to get right here. See if you can get one of those. Now, Tommy James and the Shondells. As a kid, this was one of my favorite bands because, you know, Crystal Blue Persuasion, Crimson and Clover. You know, those are two songs right there. Hanky Panky, Sweet Cherry Wine, but especially Crystal Blue Persuasion and Crimson and Clover. And this is a compilation. This is the original compilation that came out. I think Friday Music reissued this. But I've got it on that Roulette label. That's the original label from back in the day. Maybe some of you will remember that. Some records on that label. This record has phenomenal sound on it. I didn't bother going and getting anything else because this record here, and man, it's got lots of dynamics on it. Great sounding record. Great record. And then we've got a couple of these psych records. This is CAC. From late the 60s, 69 or something, or 70. Good record, CAC. Then we've got Kaleidoscope, A Beacon from Mars. So if you're into the psych stuff, there's a couple good psych records right there. Now we've got a band from Canada called the Stampeders. And this is my original from 74. I bought this record originally in 74. And it's got a couple great songs on it. One's Ramona, and the other one is Wild Eyes. And it's on the MWE label, an original from Canada. Great, great record right here. This is going to be hard to find, but if you can maybe see it on YouTube and have a listen to Ramona and Wild Eyes. And that's going to conclude the video for today. Thanks for watching.